Hey, you trying to race? Hey, you trying to race?
this was probably the biggest collaboration I've ever been a part of. So I just want to say like a huge thank you to Joh Cee for letting me in on this collaboration. Like, I do appreciate it. But if you haven't noticed already, this is a Japan-inspired collaboration. This collaboration consisted of 4 Livery artists and 4 EventLab creators. So this would be Joh Cee, GT Deny, TypeHardFark, me, PTG Friex, Ice Rabbit Design, Reika, and SnakeEyes Friex. You know, we have people in the US, Canada, and the UK, you know, so this was just a lot of fun to put together, so glad to be here. Now, for my map, I was tasked with making a mountain pass road, so I went for that track theme, right, and I gave it a Japanese look, which I've never really, like, I've never done it before, so it was interesting to experiment, and, you know, I'm proud of how it came out. If you want to play these maps, the share codes are all in the description, and also, you should follow Collab Studios 2025 on Twitter or X, because that's where the future of these collaborations will be heading into. There's a lot of potential there with a lot of the people in that group, so can't wait for that. Now, if you've been living under a rock, Forza is coming to PlayStation. I'm sure the console warriors are at war right now. I don't really care about that. I just want to teach people how to access the Creative Hub within the game. So if you pause the game here, go all the way to Creative Hub, you will see EventLab here. You have a lot of slots here, like your events, prefabs. If you go here, you can see all of the community's work. You know, there's a lot of stuff here, so you can see. You should also follow people, because if you follow people, you can keep up with their work and what they come up with next. So all of this, in my opinion, should be at the forefront of the game, but you're gonna have to find it. So hope this helps you out. And then if you want to enter a code, if you see at the bottom here of the screen, you have like a hotkey. You can press that and then enter the code there. It'll search it up for you. So let me just like put a map here. Okay, I think. Okay, yeah, so that's all you do. One last thing before I end the video, and that is right here. If you can see a lot of these little icons on the map. You can build here, and also even on like regular tracks, you can just start like a blueprint on there. So I'm gonna show you how to get there right now. So once you're at the event that you'd like to start it on, you can either create immediately since you haven't started on it yet, or if you have already, you can go to this blueprint section where you can access it if you have it already published or locally saved. If you don't though, because you're most likely starting out, you'd have to go from scratch here, starting the blueprint, and select whatever restriction for the vehicles or whatever. So once you're on this page, you can just go to the route section right here. It takes me forever to load. I have like, I don't know how many fucking tracks I have on this shit. Look at this. Jesus. But once you're here, you can see at the bottom, you can either edit the track or delete the save. Those would be the fundamentals of EventLab and trying to locate the specific, you know, HUD elements or the menus and all of this stuff, right? I would like to go into more detail, but it would be like an entirely different video for that. So, you know, I just want to give a huge thank you to Joh Cee for this collaboration invite, right? Like, I had a lot of fun making this edit and taking the pictures and all of this. So yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow Collab Studios 2025 on Twitter. I nearly forgot that.